My name is Marie Magdalene, aka Momma Marie. I'm so close because I honestly don't know what I'm doing. But I wanted to start making content because I want the world to be remembered that we're not okay. And since we're not okay, I want to help. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. I've tried to record this video about 1,000 different times and none of them seem to fit. So I'm just gonna go with what's happening right now and then go from there. I am an intuitive person who just sees a bunch of just horrific things on a daily basis, and for whatever reason we're not fixing it, and I don't know why. I'm 31 years old, and obviously from everything kind of about me you can tell that like I'm very modern, and just up to this point things have just, they've been like kind of like going, but like nothing's really kind of like taken off to the point where like that whole like world peace and stuff is here. So I'm kind of just gonna go into it, but the things that I want to talk about are just very uncomfortable situations that just aren't being talked about, like I said, and things aren't moving forward in a positive light. Things are getting a whole lot worse. There's a pandemic going on where I've had to sit at home and then go to work for about 8 months now, and I haven't done this since I was in high school. I got my car in high school and I've been on the move since, and I've been working on this business for a while now, but you know, I guess that's the good thing that came out of this whole pandemic, was that I was actually able to sit down and focus on all the little things, and you know, here we are, this video. But I'm just gonna talk about a bunch of just random things and see what happens. I'm also gonna do some tarot card readings and some oracle deck cards just kind of along the way. We'll see where this goes, but I just want the world to do a whole lot better than what it's doing, because I am also a resident of the United States of America, born and raised here, and we actually have it good over here for how terrible it actually is if you really look at what's actually going down. And it actually is very frightening to me to wake up every single day in this. So with all of that being said, here we go. If you would like a personal reading with me, I do personal card readings, and then I also do energy readings, and I will also be doing readings for any animals that you might have. For those of you who have pets, you can come to me and I'll help you figure out if you have any questions, or even if you just want to kind of just get to know them a little bit more. You can go to my website, it's written right here, mariemagdalene.com, and go to the shopping tab, and all the information that you need will be there. I also have a Patreon account. It is named The Gray Area, and there's different monthly subscriptions, but basically the lowest subscription is all kind of you need. Each one higher up is just a little extra something if you want, but honestly I just want this information to kind of just be out there, because the information that I'm going to be giving you just from here on out is nothing new. It's nothing that you haven't heard of before. It's nothing that can't be done. I'm honestly doing these videos out of my bedroom in my parents' home. Where I live is very expensive, so it's just kind of impossible for me to even think about moving out just yet. So, you know, any sessions and all this subscription stuff would be going towards me building a better life and, you know, helping you guys along the way. Because where I'm at spiritually and mentally, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying I'm 100% happy, but I am, excuse me, in a really good place. And I want everybody else to feel that they're kind of there, you know, because right now it's not. I get into a lot of arguments with full grown adults, let alone these kids. And it sucks because for where these older generations claim how great this world is, I haven't been able to fully experience that. And I can understand why, but it's unnecessary and it's bothersome because as a black woman and a woman of color, I'm a mixed race, and it's just like, it's just shenanigans. The things that I have to go through on a daily basis whenever here in the United States is supposed to be one of the freest countries in the world, when there's a lot of things that I actually can't do. So yeah, I know that might have been pretty dark, but the world is pretty dark. So, you know, that's that. But today I wanted to talk about self-care and just kind of reiterate what it is and why it actually needs to be done on a daily basis, because of everything I just said. Like, the world is in a really crappy place, and I think if we did more self-care, then we just wouldn't be here. Like, the pandemic wouldn't have lasted this long because people would have the understanding that they need to make sure that themselves are okay instead of whatever's happening and whatever made it last this long. The way I kind of want to describe a lot of these things is, I'm going to try to find some kind of method, but right now I have the 6 W's. And instead of the 5 W's, like you learn when I think you're in like elementary school, the who, what, where, when, and why. Excuse me. I'm going to add one more called what the fuck, because I think the what the fuck will be the actual reason on, just like I said, to help you guys remember that, like, yes, these things actually need to be done. And it's not just these people who are writing books, and it's not these people who are making these videos. They're making them because they're like, like, I'm making them so, like, and I'm actually happy, and I know you're not. So can we please do more? But yeah, so let's start off. The first one is the who, which is you. I hope that you have gravitated toward this video and, you know, towards my space, because I know I might come off straightforward, I might come off, you know, a little bit bitchy or what have you. I really am here for the highest good of everyone here, all beings, all God's creatures, you know. And yeah, I hope you like what I'm gonna be putting out. The what is a time to treat your mind, body, and soul to recharge your willpower. Your willpower is kind of what you're kind of working towards. Like, yes, your mind, body, and soul, but, you know, and they always say those have to be connected, but that all kind of fits towards, like, your willpower to get up. You know, if your mind is at ease, you have the willpower to get up and do your everyday life. If your body is taken care of, you can get up and exercise and, you know, go to work without having to drink 7 cups of coffee. You know, you're eating your vegetables and your body's kind of just like up and ready to move forward. And also your soul. If your mental health is taken care of and your soul and your spirit is recharged, then it will have the willpower to move forward in any way, shape, or form. Like God says, you know, or what people say in the Bible or wherever it's at. I've heard it ever since I was little. But if God puts you through it, if you see it, then, you know, you can get through it. If you were meant to see it, then you were meant to get through it. If you wouldn't be going through it if it wasn't meant for you. It's just as simple as that. So just the self-care is, you know, it's a moment of coming in and looking at what needs to be looked at and doing something that helps to recharge these things. The where is any place you feel safe and relaxed that is also away from what's heavy on your mind. Now, self-care makes no sense if you do it while you're being yelled at by your boss, or while you're in your classrooms like doing finals, or if you're being yelled at by a parent, or if you are just at work and you are all, messed up. The best place to make sure that the self-care is actually going to take the most effect is whenever you're away from these things, because you will not be distracted. Whenever you are in the thick of it, that's kind of just what it is. You're just in the thick of it. So wait till you get home. Wait till you get into the car. Wait till you go out to eat or get some ice cream or whatever. It needs to be a safe haven for you, because every single time you realize you need self-care, you're going to be able to come back to this safe haven. That's kind of what it is. You can't do that in the thick of it because you're in the thick of it. The when is when the time calls for it. And you can't wait. And the reason for that is because it's going to fester. It happens all the time. Like, say you're at work and it's a simple task that you're used to doing every single day, and then just today it ain't it. You're just kind of like, no, and you snap at somebody, or it's just like you end up crying, on a random, and you're just like, I don't know why I'm crying. Another example is there's a video that came out not too long ago where there's this guy on his motorcycle and he goes to flip up the seat because he is at a gas station and needed to get something under the seat, and then as soon as the seat flips up, it like smacks him back in the face, and like he like goes up and starts like punching at it. Like that's what that looks like. Like, why are you punching the seat? It doesn't make sense. Like, what's happening over there? Like, do you need a hug? Like, do you need the self-care? The why is to have the ability to function properly in society, connect to yourself, and connect to source. Meaning source energy, God, Gaia, whatever big word you want to put there, like that connection. And it's because we have a higher purpose. And that's what I mean by I feel I have the biggest inclination that I need to go in this direction with my life because of everything that I've been through. I have that connection, and I can see that other people don't, and I want to be able to help people find that connection with themselves, because a lot of the work that I did was me doing the work. Like, yes, I did have help, but at the end of the day, it was me in my bed, like, okay, so what's the game plan for tomorrow? What am I gonna do? Or when I'm in the thick of it, be like, you know what, I'm in the thick of it, let me just get through this moment, and then whenever I get home or whatever, I'm gonna go on ahead and do the self-care. Alright, and then the last one is the what the fuck. And that's just because everybody's tired. I'm tired, your mama's tired, your daddy's tired, your animals are tired of looking at it. If you're really in need of self-care, or how should I say this? If you're I don't know what words I'm trying to put there, but is everybody's tired. The world is on fire, meaning spiritually and physically, because global warming is a thing. I don't care what you say. And if you are someone like me who was very vibey and intuitive, and even just kind of just like looking around and seeing where the world is at, everybody has some kind of like depression or some sort of like unresolved, untalked about like shenanigans that they face on a daily basis. And yeah, it is a part of life, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to take that terrible part. That does not need to be the thing that is on your mind all the time. if you look at it from the perspective of spirituality and even like religion and stuff, we are here for a specific purpose. And if you dwell on the ugly part of it, you will never in a bajillion years see the happy part, because you're so stuck in this like low, dark place, and that's just not where you're supposed to be. Like, we're supposed to be these happy, like, getting through, like, fighting, that's what I'm saying. I'm not perfect, but I'm fighting. And excuse me, every single day I come back and I push forward. And that's kind of basically what I want to describe as self-care. I don't want to go too much into it because I know there's a lot of information that's already out there. I just want to be another person out there kind of rubbing in your guys' face, pushing your buttons like, something better needs to happen, because it's not getting better on a general scale. Okay, and a couple, like, the next chat or step or however we're going to transition this, a lot of you guys are watching this and you're like, okay, well, you say that you want to, there's another way about doing this and you want me to do all this extras. Well, how do I execute this? Like, honestly, from someone who has a very open mind and someone who has been a different person, compared to the United States, I'm meaning like racism and being a woman, I've been different my whole life, and the things that I do on a daily basis are a whole lot different compared to a lot of people out there. So how do you execute it? Like, on a personal level, like me to you, me being a friend to you, I don't care. Whatever it is, that's you. Everybody's going to be different. Some people are going to be the same, but some people, they're just going to do some like random thing and it is going to make them the happiest camper in the world, and you can't stress them on that. It wouldn't make sense, because like I said, the why is we are trying to move forward. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you that the world is kind of what it's supposed to be, but we're supposed to be moving somewhere and we're kind of stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And the stagnancy is we're looking at the wrong things. Like, why are we so worried about that, what they're doing? Like, who is it affecting in a negative way? You got to look at it from that perspective. There are a couple rules though. Everybody needs boundaries. I follow my own boundaries. I set my own boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So the only rules that I have is literally do whatever you want. Okay? But make sure it's what you in your heart desire, because it's you. Like I said, the reason why I'm making the who is you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so, and then the second rule is, as long as it's not hurting anybody else or yourself, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And honestly, hurting yourself doesn't make the situation better, because if you're already hurting and you hurt yourself more, it's keeping you in that dark space. You're not meant to be there. You're here alive. Think of where you could be. And then number 3, for those adults out there and for the people who are kind of in the extracurricular activities, meaning like adult things, keep it in moderation. That's all I'm asking. I'm not telling you to stop doing nothing. I'm not gonna fault anybody for what they do, but I will ask you to keep it in moderation, because like I said, we are here. It's a time to recharge your mind, body, and soul. And if you're not in moderation, ain't none of that happening. Okay? So those are my only rules when you're executing things, is that do whatever you want Just don't hurt nobody. Make sure it's what you desire. And keep it in moderation. Alright. So, on to the homework assignment. I think I already said it, but for my Patreon channel, I will be there every Monday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, and I will be there to answer any questions that you guys may have on this homework assignment. Let's say you just have questions or you need feedback or something. I'm gonna be there, I don't want to say for as long as I can, but maybe about an hour, 2 hours, just so you guys can have like a cheaper source of kind of letting your mind work. So yeah, that'll be kind of yeah. Subscribe to my Patreon and I will be there every Monday for you. Okay? But the homework assignment I'm going to give you guys, because I want you guys to legitimately start putting this into play. Okay? But all I want you to do is you can use regular paper, or you can use the notebook that is in your phone. And all I want you to do is for at least 2 weeks, but give it about a month. Or you can do a little bit longer. I would say maybe about a month to 2 months is well enough time frame for you to log your situations. But what I want you to do is, in any high stress or like super low stress where you feel yourself a little bit down, anytime you feel insecure or you feel funny and you kind of don't know why, I want you to write it down. I want you to write down the date, and then if you can figure out what started it, and just that, and do that for about a month, and then see, and because I want you guys to begin to gauge what's actually happening in your life and what's actually affecting you and what's not affecting you, because I'm hoping that it's going to show you your ebb and flow of life. Okay? And then if you do want to take it a step further, because if you want to take it a step further, go ahead and research different types of self-care. Or if you feel that you have some things that you're already doing, go ahead and write them down. I just want everyone to gauge where they're at. That's it. I don't want to put too much pressure on you guys. And if you want to go ahead and start doing these self-care things, go ahead. I'm here to remind you that, like I said, we are here for a higher purpose. So if you logged all this stuff and you did all kinds of research, what do you do next? Start doing some self-care. If I ever see you in person, I want you to be this recharged person, like I just said. I want you to come up and tell me that, hey, like maybe I was a little bit too sad, or even if you are super sad, come up and talk to me about it. Or if you're super happy, come up and talk to me about it. I'm trying to get everybody to come together so we can move forward in this positive direction that I keep bringing up. And just a tidbit when it comes to self-care, and it kind of goes into the whole execution process, is different situations are going to call for different solutions. Whenever you are connecting to your actual soul and you're connecting to this higher power, you're going to find that none of this whole journey that you've been on is simple, and it's not going to get necessarily any easier. You're just going to get stronger, and you're going to learn how to navigate a whole lot better. But I would say that's that. So yes, please go to my website and book a session or book a card reading, mariemagdalene.com, or go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon channel at The Gray Area, and I'll see you guys every single Monday at 9 p.m. Thank you. And I also, though, I wanted to pull, actually here, I wanted to pull a couple cards just for some reiteration of like, hey, like, I'm here for you, and I want you guys to understand that it's not just me saying these things. It's not just these random people making these books. It's not these people making these old videos. Like, this is some legit, like, stuff. So, yeah. The first deck I'm gonna use is Wisdom of the Oracle. I'll link everything below, like how they usually say, if you want it yourself. Because like I said, you guys, you're going to be able to do this on your own. You know, once you really get into these videos, you're going to understand that, like, hey, all this information she's saying is something that I don't really need. To go to these like expensive ass places. Like, there's some things I've done that's costed a lot, that's costed not even a lot of money, just some money. And I'm not like hella broke, and I wasn't super broke whenever it all went down, you know. So you know, like, you don't have to spend a lot of money to make yourself feel better. Alright, guys? But on the bottom of the deck is the tribe. And that's kind of what we'll be working towards as we get more into these videos. You know, is we are supposed to be coming together as a tribe, like human beings, as earthly beings. You know, we have an entire solar system that affects us every second of the day. You know, how does that make sense that we're not a tribe? But the cards that popped out is Poised reversed, Time to Go, Deep Knowing, and Imagine. It's actually kind of dope because we're not poised. Like I keep saying, like, the earth is on fire. Everybody is depressed. And it's crazy that it's the word poised because there's a lot of fake people out there, you know? So it's just like, what's really happening? Like, if you're so happy and dope, then why does it look funny? Like, why did I just see you crying over there? Or why are you a snippy person? You know what I'm saying? The next one is Time to Go. Like, we need to get this shit on the ball. Like I just said, like, I am 31 years old in modern society, and racism is still very relevant. Feminine situations, even across the globe, there's so much war that it's just like, how, like, you got to look at it from a perspective of like God and the universe. Like, how long do you think we can sustain what's going on? It's 2020. You know what I'm saying? And then the next one is Deep Knowing. And this is why I would say I started these videos. There's a deep knowing within you. That's your intuition. That's your gut feeling. That's the sadness. That's your happiness. It's your higher deep knowing that you should be doing something. You know? And then I actually like this Imagine. The picture is kind of like godlike and, you know, very airy, and I don't want to say blissful, but light shining through. Like, imagine the possibilities. Like, look at it, looks kind of super calming, right? You know, like, imagine what you can do. You know, for the homework assignment, that's your imagination at play. You know, imagination isn't you watching cartoons or you playing with your kids. It's you thinking like, okay, well, what do I like to do? You know? Like, or what do I like to watch? What do I like to ingest? You know? So yeah, that's your wisdom is how to, you know, just kind of kicking you in the ass. The next deck I'm gonna pull, the next deck I'm gonna pull from is Angels of Abundance. So, yeah, guys, I'm here for you. Please get a session. Please just subscribe to my Patreon if that's all you need to do. And just remember that you're not alone. You never were. Give me one more second. See if the cards want to pop out. Ooh, I like this. Sever vows of poverty. Super dope. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Isn't that beautiful? Like, stop stressing. Just do better. And everything will be okay. You know? Like, that was dope. Alright, and then the last one I'm gonna pull from is my daily affirmation cards. I kind of want to put this out there for those of you who may just be having a little bit of trouble with just kind of where to go or what to say. Affirmation is something that you say regularly, if not on a daily basis, just to keep it in your mind, because what you put out into the universe is what you get back. So if you say these positive things all the time, even if you gotta fake it till you make it, that's exactly what it means. You know, it is. You fake these feelings, or you're like, well, I might not be there, but I'm gonna say it. And, you know, the universe has a very amazing way of showing you, like, I'm here, I see it, and I know you're hurting, and I really want to help you. For self-care, for this message, please. That goes along for anybody out there that might need what I have to offer. Alright. This is an environment card. I am excited to share the things I no longer love or need with people who love or need them more. Put that up close. Is it? Do I have to do the thing? It's not focusing. It's not focusing. Oh wait. Fancy? I'm fancy. Okay, so that's that. And that is actually really a nice piece of information, because when you learn how to set boundaries, you will have to end up telling people, like, this isn't okay with me anymore. I'm a new person, and this is just what I need. The people, if they love you, they'll say, okay, like, you know what, for sure. Even if, you know, it pains them a little bit, they're going to be like, you know what, I love you and I want to keep you around. So, yeah, that's that. I hope that you got so much information from this. Please subscribe, comment down below if it's helping you. Again, my name is Momma Marie or Marie Magdalene, whichever you prefer, and I'm here for you guys, okay? Please keep in contact. I want us all to just be a whole lot better. All right, I love you. You are not alone. If I have to say any more, then you are not alone anymore. I'm here for you. Okay, so I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.